Hello and welcome. This video we're going to be reviewing the Minecraft movie. This is the very first review on my channel. This is a Minecraft channel and it's going to be my review of the movie. And I honestly really enjoyed the movie. I actually went in there with low expectations. I saw the first trailer and I was like, oh no, I don't know if this will be good. And as a Minecraft fan, as a Minecraft YouTuber, I really enjoyed it. And like, you know, I wanted to like save spoilers for a few minutes into the video so you can like hear a spoiler-free review. But I just have to say, like, the nod to Technoblade was just, like, amazing in the movie. I think it's in one of the trailers, but I don't know, I didn't see it in the trailer. But they have, like, a pig, and he walks through wearing a crown, and it's like, is that pig a king? And he's like, no, he's a legend. And I'm like, that was really beautiful. That was a really nice touch. So I enjoyed that, and, like, I'll try to, like, stay spoiler-free for the first part. Yeah, the movie's very much a comedy. It's not trying to be super serious the whole time. You know, it's very much comedy-centric, and if you didn't enjoy the movie, don't worry, because they are doing a like animated TV show for Netflix, so that should be like the more like what you expect from like a Minecraft animated, like a proper like animation done by the people. They did the Sonic show, so that's gonna be pretty fun to like watch that show. I might review that as well if you want to see me review that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I went in there with such low expectations, and I was like, yo, this is actually really good. Like, I actually laughed at the jokes. The jokes were actually pretty funny. Jason Momoa, I thought I'd hate his character. I thought I'd be like, I was like, I wasn't feeling it in the trailers. The trailers, I don't know who was working on those trailers. It just felt so, like, when you, like, watch the movie, you, like, really, like, get it all. Like, all of it sort of flows a lot better as you watch the whole movie. You're like, oh, okay, you know. And I really enjoyed that they started with Steve and did Steve's whole journey first and then did the other characters. Because it was really, like, I felt like Steve in the trailers was such a, like, side character. Like, they showed so much focused on the other characters, where it was a reverse. When you watch the movie, you're like, oh, Steve is really, like, a main character in the movie, and then, like, the other characters are also, like, big. Like, the two girl characters, his sister and the other lady, they're, like, the most side characters, but in the trailers, they were, like, the biggest characters. So I was like, oh, they'll be, like, pretty big in the trailer, because they, like, lead the group at one point, you know. I don't want to get like too into spoilers, but you know, they're like more side characters than I thought they would be. And then like Jason Momoa and Steve were like the two, even the main kid, like the main like little kid. I don't know what his name is. I can't remember their names. I can only remember Garrett, the garbage man, Garrison, and then like Steve. Those I can remember. I can't remember any of the other guys' names, but like I'm gonna watch it again because I actually really enjoyed it. But yeah, you know, like Garrett and like Steve were like the main characters pretty much. I feel like they were together the most of the time. Yeah, I enjoyed it. If you like Minecraft, all the references and stuff, you're gonna be like, oh wow. Like just seeing stuff, like when they showed the behind the scenes, how they built so much stuff in like real life, like the whole village and stuff. Like actually seeing that like stuff is really cool. And there wasn't just Technoblade, it was also some other YouTubers. I saw Dan TDM, like, and I didn't see Mumbo Jumbo. Apparently he was in it as well. I didn't see him. I gotta rewatch and try to find Mumbo Jumbo because I love Mumbo Jumbo. He's great. You know, the Technoblade one was so obvious, but I mean, I'm really glad they did it. I saw Jeb in the movie though. Jeb was in it. I was like, yo, it's Jeb! No way! I couldn't believe Jeb was in it. I was like, oh, where's Agnes? Where's Jens? And where's all the, you know, oh, where's everyone else? You know, Tiny Vu. You know, I wish you know, should have been cool to see them all in it, but I'm sure like people will go for it and like see all like the other cameos and all the other cool like you know things like that. Overall, the acting, I like Jason Momoa because he didn't act like Aquaman. He acted like way different. I think he was doing a very good job acting, and they did show it in the trailer. There's that lady. She's in, if any of you people have watched, I can't remember what she's in, but there's the lady who, like, hits the village with her car. She was in there. I went to the movie with people who didn't watch, who haven't played Minecraft, and also, they watched the, what was the movie she was in? She was in, the new show that everyone's watching. I can't remember what it is, but, yeah. They enjoyed the movie. They liked her scenes where she was, like, you know, being funny, hitting the villager, and, like, with the villager, you know, in the real world. They liked that. And yeah, like the people who didn't like they didn't play Minecraft actually enjoyed it, you know? Which is pretty good, because it was a pretty funny movie the whole way through. If you just go in there having a good time, you don't go in there to have like a, you know, I would have loved to have, like, I really wish they didn't cast Steve as Jack Black. I wish it was like someone else. I wish it was like, you know, they were like, you know what, we're going to go for it. We're not going to have Steve be, like, big name actor. We're going to try and go for like a, you know, a new person, really build up Steve to be like a whole, like, you know, because they're definitely building to like more movies and more stuff, and I think Minecraft's big enough that it will get like more stuff, 100%. I think it will definitely get like, I feel like the movie will get like $1 billion, like the Mario movie. Yeah, I feel like Minecraft's so big, and like so many little kids. I'm gonna rewatch the movie again, and I love just like seeing all the stuff like in real life. It was good. I think for that aspect, like seeing it in real life was good. I wish they like went to the I'll say it was a spoiler review. I'll say it was a spoiler part. Jack Black shouldn't have been Steve. He was just like, he was like more Jack Black than Steve, and I'd have loved to have seen like Steve. I'd love to have seen Steve in the role, and like, they were teasing like the sequel, and I don't want to see Steve in the role. Like, they called it a Minecraft movie, so they'll definitely like have more Minecraft movies, and then maybe like the next one they won't have Steve be played by Jack Black. They'll continue to go with like different characters every time, and like every movie will have a new Steve, and it'll be like a James Bond type role where you have like everyone plays James Bond. Well, not everyone, but like you have multiple actors, and every time there's a new James Bond, there's a new there's a new Steve. Steve is like a new character, and it could be like the role, like, oh, you gonna play Steve? Is the next person to play Steve? It'll be cool. So now, before we say spoilers, I'm gonna say, if you like Minecraft, watch the movie, have a good time. Don't go in there expecting like there's good action. There's actually a good bit of action in there, but it's not like intense action. There's lots of jokes in there. If you go in there to be like, oh yeah, I have lots of jokes, it's gonna be pretty funny. It's just crazy. Like, there's so much random stuff that happens. You're like, what is going on? And I feel like a lot of the stuff, when you see it out of context, you're like, what? What is, Like, honestly, the pink sheep and the llama and stuff, all of their, like, over-the-topness, you're like, oh, man, this movie's gonna be, And it wasn't. Like, when you see it, like, just as it's, like, going by in the movie, it's just, like, really quick, and it's not, like, a big deal. Like, the llama goes, and the sheep goes, bah! And it's just, like, quick, and it's just like when you're not like watching it on the trailer, and like that moment, like in the beginning of the movie where the Minecraft logo pops up that you see, like, and it goes da da dang da da dang da da dang. That was just like the best. Like the Minecraft logo popped up on the screen, and I was like, oh yeah. And the C418 starts playing. I'm like, dude, I'm in. I don't care what anyone says about the reviews. I don't care if they're like, oh, this movie sucked. Just seeing Minecraft on the big screen was just like, what, so good. So if you enjoy Minecraft, really enjoy the movie. Really enjoy it, and I would love to see Jack Black not be in every video game movie. He's in Mario, he's in Minecraft, he's in Jumanji 1 and 2. I'm sure the next movie he'll be in the next video game movie. Yeah, I would love to see that. Now onto the spoiler review, now onto the spoiler part of the video, and we'll start straight from the beginning. The beginning of the movie! Oh, please leave if you don't want to get spoiled. Like, you have the beginning of the movie, just skip ahead like a minute or 2 minutes, because like this part, you have to experience this like as you're watching it. I was really shocked. They started with Steve and like really like actually went like Steve is going into Minecraft, and they showed Steve like building his little world in the first like few minutes of the movie, and it was just like when they had the Minecraft loading screen on the screen, I was like, no way! They had the thing with all the squares, like the big square that like fills in with all the little squares, and that like people can see if you like loaded a new world, or I want to see like if people like look at that, because you can look at it and see if the world's either a new world or a previous world that you loaded. I want to see if they like see it and goes, oh, it's been preloaded, because they can catch out speedrunners who like cheat, who like they call people speedrunning cheating, because they like went, oh, the world didn't load properly. It loaded like the squares loaded from like the left side or the right side. I don't know which way. I don't know how it works, but they're able to check, and like I'm sure people will like go dissect it and go, oh, because I've seen like really good videos where people are like, oh, what mods are in the movie? What version is the Minecraft movie? They're really clever. They're really clever, like working it out. Like, oh, it has these features and not these features, And they like really narrow it down, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the movie's really a mashup of all the movies. It's all of the games. It's the main Minecraft game. You got Minecraft Legends. You got the big like Piglin like Minecraft Legend characters, and then you also have like Minecraft Dungeons stuff, like with the boots and things, and then you also have the Minecraft movie's own stuff, where the little kids like making like potato guns and stuff, So it's really like, a combination of all the Minecraft lore into like one thing, I think Steve even says at the beginning of the movie like, oh, this is like my journey into Minecraft. This is my one. But I really like that like they sort of like, this is a Minecraft movie. This might not be the definitive version of Minecraft. And it makes sense, because like it keeps updating as well, like Minecraft. So they might, like, I hope they didn't show the end, because they're gonna make an end update. That'd be really cool. Let's continue along as we go through the movie, because like I just like got so much things going through my head, because I loved it, man. I loved it. I'm really glad I loved it, because I was like so upset when I saw the first trailer. I was like, oh no, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. And now I'm like, oh, good, because like I love the movie, and it's like the Mario movie. I love the Mario movie, and like a lot of people love the Mario movie. And then I saw people like complaining about the Mario movie, and oh, it's a terrible movie. I'm like, what are you talking about? It was great. Like, I don't understand. I think, you know, if you didn't play Mario and you didn't play Minecraft and you don't understand a lot of the stuff, I don't think you need to, like, understand a lot of the stuff. If you go in there like, oh, this is a fun kid movie, you know, they're in a crazy blocky world, there's crazy blocky villagers, you know, everyone's being a bit wacky and stuff, you know, it's all good. Because, like, literally, the two kids, their, like, storyline is, like, there's no storyline. It's not like, I was like, oh, it's going to be, like, half an hour spent on, like, the kids' whole story, like, where they're like, oh, you know, like, you know, in Jumanji and stuff, like, not the new Jumanji, the original Jumanji, and, like, stuff like that, you have, like, a half an hour beginning part where it's like, you know, oh, we're going to go through all of, like, the thing of, like, the kids, and, like, then we get introduced to like, Steve and stuff, but no, it was started with Steve, they showed the two kids, they do a bit of stuff, you see, actually, you see Garrett first, you see Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, I'm going to say the whole thing. But you see him first. You see Steve, then him, then you see the two kids, and they're introduced with the lady. She's like the real estate agent who gets them in the house in their town. That's why she's like there. She's sort of like just like pulled along for the adventure. Like she's like really small character in the movie, but she has like, some cool moments in the end with like the dogs and stuff. But we'll get to that when we get to the end part. I'm still at the beginning of the movie. I'm just like, I like to ramble a bit, so like. I just like to go in depth because it's so fun. It's so good. It's so good, you know. I'm just happy. I'm like happy because it's like the trailers got better and better. Whoever did that first trailer really needs to get fired. Like I don't know who was doing that. You know, like whoever did that first trailer really has to get fired. I feel like if they did the first trailer way better, you know, it would have been. I think a lot of the reception would have been like better for Minecraft. But yeah, so. You have Steve's intro, you have all like that cool Minecraft stuff, and then cuts to the humans and the human world. Oh, well, Steve's part ends with the piglins capturing him. So he's captured, his dog escapes with the cube. And it's actually the Orb of Dominance from Minecraft Dungeons and Legends, you know? So it is the Orb of Dominance from Dungeons, which is like pretty cool. So they're like continuing the lore of like the Orb of Dominance. I'd love to see the Orb of Dominance and like the bosses, Please add the Great Hog from like Legends to Minecraft. It was in the movie, and then you had like what's her name? I can't remember her name. It started with M. I can remember it, but I can't pronounce it. It was like Megalonia or something. It was like the witch piglin. She was like the boss of all the piglins. So she made the Great Hog. You know, and like if they added those as bosses into Minecraft, I'm like they're in dungeons. They're in the movie. You know, the little kids are gonna be like, oh, I saw the big piglin boss in the movie. Can I, you know, fight him in Minecraft? I like the next update. Please do a Minecraft movie update where they like, you know, add in like the Great Hog and the Piglin Witch, and they're like mini bosses and like full on bosses, and they're like, oh, that'd be just like the best. You can even have them in the like the overworld where like they spawn in like a place that's like a taken over part of the overworld, you know. And a special piglins that are like overworld piglins. They actually explained it like in the movie where they like they like sniff the neverwarts to like stay unzombified. Like they was literally zombifying in the movie, which is really cool. It was really cool. They like a lot of them. Like I was really like upset when like I first saw the bad crafting recipes. Like when he made the 2 buckets with chain. I was like, oh no, they're not gonna like do like they're not gonna care about like all the crafting and stuff. But they really did. They really like. You see all the time that they put the stuff in the crafting grid the right way, and only a few times do they go crazy. Like literally, it's only the gun and like the potato gun and the buckets were like literally the only times they like did something like wacky and like crafting, which was like, oh, okay. So yeah, so we get that Steve's captured, and the dog takes the cube. And they make the joke where it's like called the Orb of Dominance, and Steve's like, but that's a cube. And then also the other people come and they say, oh, that's a cube, not an orb, you know, which is pretty funny. I like that. I like how they make the joke, you know. So they take it to the overworld, and the dog's like just chilling in the overworld, which is pretty funny. And then Steve's just trapped in the Nether. I don't know why he doesn't like just mine his way out. You know, like Steve's power level is like I don't want to go into like power levels, but Steve's power level is really confusing. And like 1 minute he's like taking out zombies like it's nothing, and then he gets to like the piglins, and he's like, you know, it's really like he's like struggling like to like battle the piglins. It's like what's Steve doing? Like Steve's got like full diamond armor and stuff, and like then he's like, you know, he's got elytras and stuff, but he's not been to the end. It's like, how did he get the elytras without going to the end? Which is very like what's going on here? I don't know. I don't know how, like, you know. They didn't even mention the end at all. There was like literally no mention at the end, which is very interesting. They just went with the whole Piglin plotline, which is very, very interesting. Very, very, you know, like, interesting way to do it. And they did tease the second movie where, you know, they might do the Ender Dragon in the next movie. Because the any tease, I just have to say it. I just have to say it now. Because I'm going to keep thinking about it every time I try to, like, talk about something else. Where it was Alex. I was like, no way. I was like, where's Alex? The whole time I was like, oh, dude, Alex should be here, you know? And it was Alex at the end of the... Like, you know, Steve goes to his old house, like, oh, I left this chest in my house. And, like, the door opens and it's like, he's like, it's Alex. And I was like, it's Alex! I was freaking out. And I was like, in the end credits, post-credits scene, I was like, no way, it's Alex! You don't see Alex's face, so, like, they can cast whoever they want. You know? Honestly, oh, dude, it was, like, crazy. And, like, people in the cinema were like, what, Alex? No way! It was crazy. It was so good. And, like, yeah, so, like, dude, the next, like, honestly, another movie with, like, in this, like, with Jack Black, I don't want it, but I would gladly watch it, and, like, you know, I want to see, like, another character play Steve, another character play Alex, and, you know, they probably won't do that. They'll probably do Jack Black 2, and then, hopefully they only do 2 Minecraft movies of, like, Jack Black, and then they go into, like, other people playing Steve, and other people, like, doing stuff. I hope they go for, like, a really good, you know, like, survival one. Because they sort of did that. Like, there were, like, parts. If you're very little kids watching this, it'll be, like, a bit scary. Like, the zombies are, like, pretty, like, you know, they're, like, getting their heads twisted around. Their arms are getting ripped off, you know. You can see it in the trailer as well. But, like, you know, and they all, like, burst into flames when, like, the daytime happens, you know. And it's a little bit more, like, realistic than Minecraft, where they're just, like, cube squares, you know. So, if they're, like, really little, you know, honestly, if they're, like, you know, you know, they've played Minecraft, they're probably gonna be like, yeah, let's go. They're gonna be like, yeah, kill all the zombies, Steve, get them. You know, like, the little kids are gonna love it. I think the little kids will just, like, watch this movie and be like, nah, the Minecraft movie is so cool, I love it. You know, and I like how they, like, have to get to the mansion, and, like, they like they split up, and then it's like the boy group and the girl group, and the girls are like, let's get a map from the cartographer, and they're like, they don't say cartographer, but they said the villager that has the maps, you know. And they're trying to, like, talk to the villager to get the map to find the Woodland Mansion. And I'm like, yes, because, like, villagers that have maps, the Woodland Mansions, they have them. You know, it's great. Like that kind of stuff's awesome. And just, like, seeing all the items, I want to, like, why don't they sell them? Why don't they sell, like, oh, the totem undying, but, like, you know, they should just make all that stuff. Because, like, literally, you know what's really cool? You know, McDonald's has literally done, like, a Happy Meal for, like, you know, Minecraft movie. And, like, they're really cool. Like, the toys are really cool, you know? And, like, I don't want to be, you know, like, you know, sponsor me, please. No, I'm joking, but, you know, they're really cool, because they're like little Minecraft things, you know? They're really cool, like, little Minecraft things, and it's really cool. And, yeah, it's really cool, like, all those features that they show. So, that's awesome. And, you know, the way Garrett gets the cube in the overworld is it's, like, literally just left in Steve's house. The dog takes it to Steve's house and leaves it there. And then what happens is Garrett buys it from an auction of a storage unit. And anyone heard of Storage Wars? I was like, yo, what are they doing Storage Wars for? I was like, what? What's going on? That's great. You know, if you like that show, I was like, okay. And he buys the unit because there's, like, a vintage game in there. But it turns out the vintage game isn't in there, and he's like struggling for money as part of his, like, character in the movie, you know. And he gets the orb, and then, you know, the little kid walks into his shop after he, like, destroys the potato chip factory that his sister's working at now, you know, and then, like, they basically all end up at the mines where the portal is, and they go through into the overworld. I'm sort of skipping some stuff because that's, like, a bit boring. You don't need to worry about that kind of stuff, you know. But they really, like, sped along through it. I'm glad they did that. I know some people are like, oh, they should have spent more time building the character. I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. It's like Godzilla, like the Godzilla movies. I'm like, I don't care about the people, dude. I just want to see Godzilla fighting King Kong. That's all I want to see. I don't care. Like, literally, just, like, cut out the first part of, you know, like, I could literally cut out the human part, like, you know, have Steve like, oh no, I got trapped. Take the cube to the overworld, and then cut to, like, them, like, walking into the mine. Like, what are you guys doing walking into the mine? And they're like, they all go into the Minecraft world, you know. Like, literally, I could watch that, you know, like a cut down version. That'd be really cool. But yeah, so they're all in the Minecraft world, and nighttime hits. So then they have to, like, build a house, and, like, the little kid's, like, really good at Minecraft, which is great. And they Steve is let loose when the cube is brought to the overworld. They're like, oh, go Steve, go get the cube from the overworld for us, because we can't go to the overworld. We get zombified. And then after a while, Steve is like, doesn't give the cube back, so they're like, oh, we're going to go to the overworld. And they like, have the Neverwarts. It's really cool, because there's like little piglins in the background. You'll see them when you watch the movie, like swinging little like jars with like Neverwarts in them. And there's like a little potion that he drinks, like the main piglin guy. And they're, he drinks the potion, and then they're like, of the Neverwart, and then they're like, that's cool. It's cool they have like, the potions and stuff in the movie. So yeah, so they do that, and they go through, they get to the village. There's lots of cool stuff there. And there's a side plot where the villagers, like, with the, in the overworld, like, you sort of see his, like, sort of, like, journey through the movie. It's pretty funny. And it's great, and, like, it looks so good. I want to go to, like, in the world. I love that they, like, did stuff. Like, the village is, like, really well done. Like, I love the way the Iron Golem looks. The Iron Golem is so, like, well designed. I love it. He looks great. And he's really cool. I'm trying to think of, like, what else happens. So we have that. The mid part of the movie, the piglins attack, and then they gotta, like, leave. The two get separated into two groups, the boy group, the girl group. And the boy group is, obviously Momoa, Steve, and, the kid. What's the kid's name? I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember his name. But, yeah, you have that group, and then you have, Henry, Natalie, and Dawn are the other three characters. But, yeah, so you have them in the, two groups. And the two girls are kicking butt. They got, like, the wooden shovels and the hoe and stuff, and they start, like, hitting all the piglins. Then, like, they're going through. And then you have the other group, and they start their elytra flying, which is pretty cool. And I'm still, like wondering, how do you get those elytras in the overworld? How do you get them? That's like that's a question for the, the question to have. Like, how do you get those without going to the end? Or did he go to the end and he's like, I don't know. It's very like, how did this happen? But yeah, because it's Minecraft, the piglin queen, like the piglin queen, it's like, she's so brutal. Like, this like little kid drawing like a picture, and she just stabs him, and she just like keeps killing other piglins. Like, it's like brutal. But yeah, they all have to flee. They go on the elytra course, and it's pretty funny. They have like a few funny jokes there of Jack Black and the garbage man Garrison. I could have said the whole thing because it's just funny. But yeah, the two of them have a few jokes. I think it's like, it wasn't too funny, but like, it might be funny, funny for some people. They go through there. And Steve's delivery is great all the time, where he's like, chicken jockey, flint and steel. It's great. Like, it's really funny how he's just like, saying all the like Minecraft stuff like over the top. Like that part I think it's pretty funny. All the memes of that are great as well. And Jack Black does do a few songs. I was like a bit weird. Like, I was like, oh, Steve's singing. Like, they have a whole song for the lava chicken. I was like, what? What's going on? And like, next movie, no Jack Black, please. Maybe. That'd be great. Yeah, it'd be cool if we could see, like, no Jack Black in the movie. That'd be awesome. And actually see some more, like, seriousness to the film. I feel like they can really do a lot of different versions of Minecraft. Like, you can do this movie so many different ways. You can literally do it, like, all sorts of different ways. You can have, like, the next one, I feel like is obviously going to be, like, Steve and Alex. And they're gonna go fight the Ender Dragon. Like, they now that the Queen's been defeated, the Ender Dragon, like, they can go to the Nether, get the blaze rods, and make their way into the get the end. That'd be pretty cool. And after that, what happens after that? I'm trying to think of like everything that happens in the movie. Yeah, so after that they go to the Woodland Mansion. Before that, they go to the mines and they go through some mines and stuff. It's pretty cool. They get chased by the giant hog. Literally the hog boss from Minecraft Legends. It'd be cool. It'd be so cool if like it was in Minecraft. I've said it earlier in the video. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Mojang, add it, dude. Add it to Minecraft. We need more bosses. We need more bosses in the game. It'd be so cool. So after the mid-port town escape and the Elytra escape, they make it to the Woodland Mansion. And there's like, Steve's going through the plan. There's like the Vindicators, Evokers, and then there's the Enderman on the top, which is like, obviously they just added that for the movie. But they, that's the way it goes. And they go in there, they have the boxing ring match with the chicken jockey. Woo! And it's pretty funny. It was like pretty funny. They had like a whole fight in there. And the little kid, Steve's like, oh, don't look the enderman in the eyes, and he's like going through the chest to like find the other part of the cube that they broke earlier in the movie. And then that's why they're going to the Willow Mansion. I forgot to say that, but yeah, the cube's like 2 parts. You see it in like the first trailer, one of the trailers, where Steve puts it together, and then it opens the portal. So they need to like recombine the cube with the other part, which they broke at the beginning. So they go to the Willow Mansion. He's opening all the chests, and there's all this cool stuff in like all the chests, you know. Like they open a drawer and it's like full of cooked food, and the food's like cooked and sizzling, which is really cool, you know, because it's that Minecraft logic of like the cooked food is like permanently safe in the chest, you know. And like I'm just like, oh man, it was great to like see all the stuff in real life. I would love to like see, like, you know when they do those behind the scene videos like Minecraft Live and stuff. I'd love to see like a really like in-depth long video on like all the props, like the really cool Minecraft looking props, you know. And they should sell. Why don't they sell those Minecraft paintings? Like, are they sold a Minecraft painting? Just as like, you know, a cool painting, like you can buy them, like, you know. I would buy that, man. I would love a Minecraft painting in real life. It'd be really cool to see, like, you know, one of those. But yeah, yeah. And then he like looks into the Enderman's eyes, obviously. And for some reason, the Enderman's like genjutsuing him from like Naruto, where like they got like the Sharingan, and he's like illusioning him, and he's like picturing all of the characters like being mean to him, and like because he just felt like Garrett. Like the reason they went through the mines after they escaped the piglins on the elytras is because they have to like Garrison's like. I'm just gonna call him Garbage Man. The Garbage Man, you know. No, I'll call him Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is like, oh, we need to, like, Steve, I've got the orb, and you can have it if you give me the diamonds, you know. They're in the mines. So they go to the mines to get the diamonds, and he's like, then he starts like heading on like Jason Momoa, like, oh, Jason Momoa, I can't believe you did this. How could you? And Jason Momoa's feeling bad, so they're like, you know, he's upset with him, and then like he's feeling bad, and then like he also had a fight with his sister before he left the town, you know. So he's like feeling upset, like, you know. I don't know why he had the other lady like hate on him as well. And Steve, they did nothing to him. Like Steve and the other lady did nothing to the kid, and he's like also picturing them like going, "Oh, you suck," and he's like, "What?" But yeah, he like breaks out of the genjutsu, and then he's like, you know, he like swings an axe at the Enderman. He's just like swinging like a diamond axe, like crazy, cutting the Enderman up. The Enderman's teleporting around, and he's like, you know, but he's just like swinging it forward, and the Enderman's teleporting back and then into the axe attacks. I'm like, nah, in real Minecraft, it teleports behind you, and you're cooked. You're done. You know, it'd be cool to be like, instead of doing that, he like went into like a crevice or something, like, you know, like a 2-block hole gap, and he was just like hitting him like from a 2-block gap, because then he couldn't get like in the air into it, you know. That'd have actually been more Minecrafty than that, you know. So that was cool, and like the like Woodland Mansion scene was pretty cool. I liked that whole thing. And they leave, and after they leave, the piglins attack him again, and they're like gonna blow up the whole bridge. They're on this like huge bridge, and they're like about to blow the whole thing up. And then they Steve and the little kid escape on the ghast, one of those ghast blimps they have. The ghast, like, you know, the piglins are like riding on the ghasts, and oh, Jason Momoa dies. He dies on the like, it's so sad, guys. He literally dies. No, he doesn't actually die. Like, you know, it's like a death fake out. I saw it coming, but like it'd have been crazy if they actually went like, you know, Jason Momoa died. I would have like, you know what I think would have been cooler is you see earlier in the movie, in the stash, you see like a totem of him dying, and it'd have been so cool if Jason Momoa took it, like he was like, oh, let me grab that, and he puts it in his pocket, and then he literally dies, and then like the totem like flies out of his pocket and like flies all around him, and like that'd have been so much cooler, and like that would have been like, oh, that'd have been epic, and then like all the Minecraft fans would have been like, oh yeah, totem of him dying, and then like Steve would have been like, no way, he took my totem of him dying, and he's alive, you know. That'd have been so cool. Or it would have been cool if Steve went, that's what it does, because like Steve hadn't died yet. He'd have been like, oh, I didn't know what that did. That's so cool, you know. I mean, that'd have been cool to see like Steve go, oh, you know, and like, wow, that could save your life. I had no idea. That'd have been a cool thing. But no, he goes into a big explosion, and then he like off screen water bucket clutches, you know. And Steve's water bucket clutch, you see it in one of the trailers, is like pretty cool. He's like, you know, it's cool they're like adding like more like exterior Minecraft stuff, like the chicken farm and stuff. Like I feel like there's a lot of like exterior Minecraft sort of like knowledge they put in the movie. Like, you know, I'm trying to think of like things like that. It's like the water bucket clutch and stuff, and that kind of thing. They're sort of like that kind of stuff where like they like sort of put extra world knowledge and like, you know, of the game in there. So then after that, they have the big final battle where they get the cube stolen from them by the evil piglins, and then they all reunite except for Jason Momoa, who's pretending to be dead. Well, he's not pretending, but he's like dead. He's, you know, they think he's died, and then like they summon a load of iron golems, tame a bunch of wolves, and the piglins all come through a portal, and they have like a huge sky beam. It's like a beacon. They use the orbital dominance like a beacon to like make it all nighttime, so all the mobs spawn in as well. And at that point, they the kid makes they do a cool montage of like making diamond armor and stuff, and like seeing Steve in like the full diamond armor at the end is really cool. I loved seeing that. That was great. You know, that was actually really cool to see like Steve in the diamond armor. Like, what was he wearing the diamond armor the whole time? I don't know why, but like it was cool to see him actually wearing it. And then after Steve wears the diamond armor, the kid makes an iron golem with the boots from the stash. You know those like swiftness boots that you're like, oh, why are they swiftness? You know, those swiftness boots there from like Minecraft Dungeons. And he puts it's like one of those YouTube thumbnails where you have like the iron golem and the head's a different head, and it's like, oh, spawning iron golem with like crazy thing, and you see those all the time on Minecraft YouTube, all the time. So they do that, and they have he spawns an iron golem, and he's got like the boots on, and he's got like the boots, and he's like twice as big as the other iron golems. He's all blue, and he's like, you know, going really fast. He's got the boots on, he can fly. It's crazy. So yeah, so they have the big battle. They have the big hog versus that iron golem. They have all that kind of stuff going on. They try and hit the big sky beam, and the little kid, you know, Jack Black's fighting the queen piglin, and then like the two girls are there fighting with the wolves and stuff, and it's all going crazy. And then the kid's like climbing up the giant nether portal, and he's at the top, and then he falls off, and it's like, oh no, he's gonna die. This is crazy. And then Jason Momoa swoops in and saves him, and it's like, yeah, let's go. Jason Momoa, like, he knew he was coming back, and you're like, when everyone was looking like, oh no, and then they have that moment where like all the characters are like, yes, like shouting yes, like, you know, and it's great. It's just like, oh, it's not like, you know, it's like, yes, of course, dude, it's great. And they save him, and like he gets saved, and he you know, he flies in with the thing, and they stop the thing, and then like it goes daytime, and then Steve, like, you know, they defeat all the piglins. They all turn into zombified piglins. Then after that, which is pretty cool, they all like zombify, and that's actually, honestly, the zombifying process look really cool. They're all zombifying, and then after that, they basically go to the overworld. At that point, they're like, oh, we're all gonna leave. We're all gonna go to the real human world. And like Steve's there, the last one there, and they're like, oh, come on, Steve. And then Steve joins them, and then they return to the overworld. And they make a video game called like Minecraft, like a Minecraft like arcade game, not like a Minecraft game. It'd be cool if they actually like just made Minecraft, you know. But you know, they make a Minecraft arcade game where they like all of the adventures they had are in the arcade game, and then like Garbage Man Garrison, you know, he's like famous again, and he's like, you know, Jack Black singing a song at the end of the movie. And you know, if you like Jack Black's songs, like I love the Peaches song from the Mario movie. If you like his songs, they're like pretty good. They're all right in this one. I think some of them were good. Like, I think the Lava Chicken was a little bit funny. Other ones were like, he sung a few songs, and I can't remember a couple of them. But yeah, the ending song is this big ending song. They're all dancing in the thing, and then like it ends like with him going, "Oh, they went here and did this," like, you know, and they, you know, the Jack Black gives his dog to the lady. She like gets the dog, the Dawn. She's like, you know, because she's like wants to do like a pet thing, you know, the whole movie. So she's able to do that. It'd be cool if she had like all the Minecraft animals. Like, they should bring more stuff out of the Minecraft world. That'd be funny, you know. But she has him at the end, and then it's like, oh, you know, everyone's like sort of like happy ending except Steve, and that's why the end I was like, there's gotta be an end credit scene, and I was like, oh, why isn't Steve's ending like him going back into Minecraft, and then Alex being there? That's what I said. I literally said that in my head. I was like, oh, Steve should go back in Minecraft, and then Alex will be in there, and then he like goes to his house, and then Alex is there. I was like, no way. I was like, no way. It was so cool. So that's the summary of the movie and everything that happened in the movie. And yeah, it was really good. They also like Herobrine. It would have been cool to see Herobrine in the movie. Like, you do have that one scene where like he's being hypnotized by the Enderman, and like their eyes are all glowing in the like flash, you know, in the like the in the Genjutsu. I'll just call it Genjutsu. So in the Genjutsu, it's like you know, Steve's eyes are glowing, like, and they're glowing white. Like, you know what they were doing there. It's like, we gotta have like Herobrine, like at least one shot of Herobrine, even though it's not technically Herobrine. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Like, it's my first review ever I didn't really have like any like bullet points. I just watched the movie, literally just watched it. So this is all my thoughts just like thrown out there, and it was really fun. And hopefully you'll go watch it and have an awesome time. And it's really cool. Hope you all enjoyed. God bless you all, and goodbye.